first, according to his real observation as a part of teaching practice, is inherently constructive. It is regarded as a particularly worthwhile learning opportunity in teaching and learning. Secondly, my classmates are going to present their experience.
On the first week, we were focused on the learner. And in this task, we had to collect some data about the high school and the classroom. Well, we had to collect some data such as the high school's name or tutor's name, about the classroom, the average age of each student of the classroom, the English level. When did start to learn English, the number of English lessons that they have per week, and and from these observations, I could learn that the difference between each classroom. Uh, then I observed and I learned how I can proceed with each student because each student has a different way to learn and has a different English level. Apart of that, we could appreciate the difficulty that they have developing the book activity because they have a book of high English level.
Okay. On the week number 2, there were two activities. The first activity was the teacher action song, and the second activity was the classroom dynamics. In the first activity, the teacher had a determined action song in when the teacher could see each student or each group of students, and she could see the behavior inside the class. And also the teacher can manage them, and she with the action song can determine each activity for each student depending on the behavior of the students. And the second activity was classroom dynamics, and the dynamics focus in the activity in progress, how the students comment or discuss with the teacher about the activity class, and how the students involved in class. This activity also based in the time of the student participant in the activity class. In each student or they were constantly participation.
Okay, in the week number 3, we focused in the participation of the student too. We focused in the level of the students, the level of concentration of the students, and the behavior during the class, at the beginning, mid, and the final of the class. In the second task, we were observing the classroom, and we put a circle or tick to the meaningful words or words with our sense. And the second task, I could learn that there are different levels of English in the students because some students participate more than others.
And the task number 4 focus on academic learning time. In this task, the amount of students spent on classroom activities has been the most identified aspects or factors that affect in students' learning. In this task, I could measure the time about all the activities that the learners were doing, and I could teacher was the activity manage and control the time in each activity. I could I could learn about this task about the control of activities in each lesson.
the activity number one was focus in the condition for learning, and where I could observe different elements such as the classroom and the material, and in the in their relation to help or difficulty to the develop of the learning towards the student and the teacher. And the second topic was the use of the mother tongue. I could see how the use of the teacher's first language is justified inside the classroom to give a better explanation to the students and clarify strong instructions, but in a moderate way.
On the sixth week, we were focused on the teacher and the board works. Uh, the board is a traditional and very useful tool for the teachers. If the teacher use the board in a correct way, it can be a help in the teaching and learning process. Now, to this task, we had to copy two examples of how to use the board in the classroom. And we identified why the teacher used it. If the teacher used it in a correct way or in a wrong way, then what were the students doing? Well, the teacher was doing or explaining something in the board, and from this observation, I could say that um, I learned that the board is a very important and helpful tool uh, for we as future teachers. And it's very important because it helps us to catch the attention of the students. Also, we can explain some topics or something using the board in a better way because the students can understand better and the topic is very understandable.
On the weekend number 7, there were two activities. The first activity was the oral correction techniques focus in the teacher, and the second activity was giving instruction. The first activity was the teacher correct the mistake of the students at what way of. This activity was very important for the student and the learners because they can way see if they can good way for correct their mistake is a good way for learn. And the activity in the second activity is focusing the teacher instruction is clear, not clear, and definitive, not clear. This activity concludes that there are many instructions that the students can understand and not. And with that, they can improve their skills and attention. I could learn in their two activities that there are many methodologies, and the teacher have a obligation that choose a good methodology for the students can learn. Inside the class, I could see also that the students they can have a good motivation for learn, and the motivation for the students is a fundamental key for the students can progress in your speaking or reading or writing or writing.
Well, the last week, week number 8, the activities was focused on the material, but not only on the material. The activity was focused also in accuracy and fluency. Accuracy and fluency are an important part for develop a second language. In this case, English language. The English language is very important, the accuracy and fluency. But for develop this skill, is very important to practice. The student need to practice if it's possible all the time. and the teacher is the person who is in charge to motivate the students for practice English. In this activity, I could learn the importance that have the teacher in the motivation of the student. If the teacher don't have the don't if the teacher don't have the good model pedagogic, the student could be are boring in the subject. So the teacher need to be very careful with this and develop the motivation for learn other language.
Well, as a conclusion, finally, I concluded that both teacher and students are very important during the teaching learning process. And about the teacher is very important because he is who directs the classroom. He is in charge to give the necessary information and and the knowledge to the students. Now, apart from that, I concluded that the use of few words in the mother tongue during explanations and giving instructions is very important to the students have a better understanding of the instructions or a clear idea of the topic.
From my experience, I concluded that the control of the time is very important in the classroom, in each activities that the learners are doing and the teacher are spent with the learners. And apart, the most important factor can be the classroom materials. It is the important role in the classroom. And
In the personal experience, I can conclude that students had one of the most important roles in the classroom because they learn the subject. The teacher also have an influence and control the behavior of the classroom and have different methodology in the classroom. And the tools have an important role too because they are the materials are the tools for the students can
In
learn
my
the subject.
personal opinion, I concluded that the time also is very important because each year the classes have a curriculum and the teacher has the limited time and she must be teach the better in the hours that she